The art of I'm fine. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Joseph here, and today we're diving deep into a mystery that's puzzled scientists for centuries. Okay, maybe not centuries, but definitely puzzled me. How boys, yes, boys, can be emotionally wounded, sometimes just slightly, sometimes catastrophic. And yet, somehow, they act like nothing happened. You know the type. You stub your toe. Nothing extreme, just like a small collision with the corner of the coffee table, and suddenly you've invented a new version of stoicism that would make ancient philosophers jealous. You walk around like, yes, this is normal life. Toe, heal thyself. Meanwhile, your friends are like, dude, you're limping like a pirate with a broken leg. It's kind of fascinating, really. Boys have this incredible, mystical talent for pretending they're not hurt. And when I say hurt, I mean everything. Physical pain, emotional pain, even that existential type of pain where your favorite video game gets delayed by 3 years. That one? We are devastated, but we smile through it like it's casual Wednesday. So, let's start with the classic scenarios, because every boy has a playbook. You've all seen this. A guy hits his shin on a chair. It's not fatal, it's not even permanent, but in the split second it happens, he goes through every stage of grief silently, inside his own head. The outside world, completely calm. Maybe a slight wince, maybe a grunt that barely registers. Inside, though, it's a full-scale emotional roller coaster. There's denial. I am fine, this is fine. Toe is fine, stop crying, toe. Toe, stop it. Then bargaining. If I walk it off slowly, it'll feel better. Maybe just another lap around the room. And finally, acceptance. It's slightly throbbing, but I will endure because I am a man. And the funniest part is, friends, family, strangers, they all know. You don't need a PhD in emotional intelligence to see that guy's limping like he just ran a marathon barefoot over Legos. Everyone knows. And yet somehow, he's sticking to the I'm fine mantra like it's a TED Talk on resilience. Now, let's move on from stubbed toes to emotional stuff. Maybe a friend said something slightly mean, or your favorite sports team lost in a heartbreaking, almost villainous way. You want to cry, don't lie, we all do sometimes, but oh no, that's not allowed. Here's how a typical emotional bruise scenario goes. Step 1. Denial. No, I'm fine. Totally fine. That comment? Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I laughed. Full-on laugh. No, really, I laughed. Then step 2, suppression. This is where you push it down. Deep inside, there's a volcano of feelings, but outside, smooth as butter. You might mutter cool or whatever, but inside, there's a dramatic monologue going on. How dare he? How could she? The injustice of it all. And step 3, distraction. Play a video game, eat snacks, scroll through memes, anything to avoid human contact. This is prime pretend everything is okay behavior. And here's the kicker. People can tell. Women, friends, even the barista at Starbucks can see that boys have an emotional neon sign above their head flashing, internally crying, please send pizza. Ah yes, the classic. Your crush texts you. You've been waiting all week for this text, and when it comes, the joy. Except you act completely uninterested. Yeah, cool. That's fine. No big deal. Meanwhile, your mind is like, oh my gosh, must respond quickly. Wait, slow down. Play it cool. Don't send too many emojis. Don't sound desperate. You got this. And then, if she doesn't respond immediately, catastrophe. Absolute emotional meltdown. But your face? Calm, detached, poker-faced, like you just discovered a new type of quantum physics. Everyone knows, though. Everyone sees the tiny twitch in your eye, the delayed response, the existential sigh when no one is watching. Boys pretending they don't care is basically an Olympic sport. Finally, there's the subtle art of pretending you're over something when you are so not over it. Maybe she didn't text back. Maybe your favorite sports team lost. Maybe someone ate the last slice of pizza you were saving. These are the crises that test true masculine composure. Boys will often say things like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine," while fidgeting, pacing, or holding back tears over spilled coffee. Use humor as a shield, cracking jokes to avoid talking about actual feelings. Create elaborate distractions. Suddenly a minor chore or random errand becomes urgent. I need to alphabetize my spice rack now! The irony is, no matter how smooth the act, people can see right through it. Pretending to be fine when you're not is like using invisible ink. Everyone knows it's there. The snack fortress. Ah yes, step 1 in the coping playbook. Food. Specifically, comfort food. You stub your toe? Grab ice cream. Your favorite team loses? Chips. Crushed by a friend's harsh comment? Pizza. Ideally with extra cheese, because life isn't fair and neither is cheese distribution. The best part is the dramatics. Suddenly, you're in the kitchen at 11 p.m., carefully arranging Doritos in a precise, almost ritualistic pattern while muttering under your breath, "This is fine. Everything is fine." Friends, you don't even need to ask. This is a classic male coping mechanism. It's like watching a tiny, sad human snow fort being built, but instead of snow, it's snacks. And instead of joy, it's quiet despair. Strategy 2. Humor as armor. Next up, we have the age-old strategy of laughing through the pain. You know the type. Someone says something slightly hurtful, and instead of saying, "Hey, that hurt," the response is a joke. Sometimes clever, sometimes so bad it makes you question humanity. Example? Friend. "Bro, did you actually wear that?" Bio. "Yeah, it's my new invisibility cloak. Clearly not working, huh?" Internally, it's a hurricane of self-doubt. Externally, it's comic genius. Humor is armor, my friends, and often it's the only way a boy can admit that, yes, he is actually devastated. Strategy 3. Bravado and overcompensation. Another classic, the "look at me, I don't care at all" overcompensation strategy. It's a little like watching a puppy trying to act tough, adorable, slightly sad, and totally transparent. Let's say your crush doesn't text back. You respond with an exaggerated, almost cartoonish version of confidence. "Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine. Honestly, I was just going to delete my phone anyway. Who needs it?" Meanwhile, you're checking your phone every 5 seconds, calculating probabilities, writing drafts, erasing drafts, rewriting drafts. Internally, it's chaos. Externally, smooth. Bravado achieved. It's basically emotional cosplay, acting like a confident superhero while secretly being a puddle of anxiety. Strategy 4. The fake hobby diversion. Boys are masters of distraction. When hurt, the classic move is, "I'll take up a hobby and then no one will notice my emotional collapse." Some examples I've witnessed: suddenly building a Lego Death Star at 2 a.m., obsessively reorganizing your video game collection alphabetically, watching an entire season of a show in one sitting while muttering about research. It's not about the hobby itself. It's about creating a productive-looking excuse to avoid talking about feelings. Strategy 5. Sighing dramatically. Ah, the dramatic sigh. If coping mechanisms were Olympic sports, sighing would be the gold medal. You're hurt, you sigh. You're sad, you sigh. Your team loses in overtime, you sigh so long and so deeply that people around you start whispering, "Is he okay? Should we call someone?" And here's the funniest part. Boys often do this quietly, in public, trying to be subtle, but it's never subtle. It's the audio equivalent of a neon sign that reads, "Help, internally collapsing." Scenario interlude. The minor drama that becomes epic. Sometimes the thing that hurts most isn't that serious, but we make it epic. For instance, losing a sock in the laundry. Catastrophic. Accidentally leaving the fries on the counter. Emotional crisis. Dropping your phone. Obviously, the world has ended. Each small incident gets treated like a natural disaster movie internally, complete with cinematic music and slow-motion thinking. Meanwhile, externally, we act like nothing happened, because admitting it Unthinkable. Why do we pretend? A tiny moment of reflection. All right, let's get a little real for a second. Why do boys do this? Why hide hurt behind humor, bravado, snacks, and sighs? It's not because we don't feel. Oh, no, we feel deeply. It's because society, upbringing, habit, and a little stubbornness teach us to internalize, to tough it out, and to never, ever admit vulnerability. And that's okay, mostly. The funny part? Everyone knows we're hurt anyway. Friends, family, crushes, even random strangers. People see through the act. It's like a superpower, except instead of saving the world, it just makes us look like we're fine while quietly dying over a slice of pizza. The "I'm totally fine" public meltdown. Ever seen a guy trip on nothing, curse quietly under his breath, then smile at everyone like nothing happened, and then proceed to dramatically limp for the next 3 blocks? That's classic public meltdown disguised as fine. The outside world sees calm, collected, slightly quirky stride. Inside, my dignity is gone. I can't feel my toe. Why is gravity so cruel? Sometimes, boys will even double down with humor. Friend is like, "Dude, are you okay?" Boy's like, "Yeah, totally fine. Testing the laws of physics." They failed. It's subtle, it's over the top, and somehow it works. Kinda. Everyone knows he's hurt, but hey, he's trying. That counts for something. Scenario 2. The Extreme Denial Olympics. Extreme denial is a classic. Here's how it goes. Something hurts, but the boy refuses to acknowledge it. He'll shrug, smile, say it's fine, even when his face says otherwise. He might even perform an elaborate distraction sequence, juggling snacks, cracking jokes, reorganizing furniture, anything to avoid admitting he's hurt. Example, his favorite show gets canceled. Everyone knows he's devastated, but he tweets, "Me? Sad? Nah, life's good. Just reorganizing my bookshelf." Cool. Extreme denial is like emotional gymnastics. Graceful on the surface, messy behind the scenes, and slightly terrifying if you look too closely. Scenario 3. Awkward social interactions. Hurt boys are legendary in awkward social interactions. A minor emotional hit can turn a simple conversation into an awkward performance. Friend is like, "How's it going?" Boy inside, "I just stubbed my toe. My crush didn't reply. My favorite team lost. I'm basically in ruins." Boy externally, "Yeah, good. Fine. Awesome." The conversation continues with exaggerated nods, forced laughs, and sometimes uncomfortable long pauses. People can tell something is off, but they can't quite put their finger on it. It's like watching a sitcom character trapped in their own life. Scenario 4. The epic overreaction for minor problems. Here's a fun one. Sometimes the smallest things become epic tragedies. Why? Because hiding hurt requires distraction, and distraction is easier when you overreact dramatically. Examples. Dropping your ice cream cone. Instant existential crisis. Accidentally liking a post from 5 years ago. Social death. Seeing a spider in the bathroom. Panic, denial, heroic bravery while still screaming internally. Externally, he's calm. Inside, it's a full-blown soap opera. And somehow, friends and strangers can tell, because we're not that good at hiding chaos when it's simmering below the surface. Scenario 5. The emotional masking mastery. By now you might think boys are hopeless at hiding emotions. Truth is, we're spectacularly bad at it. Yet the act itself is a performance, and performances require effort, which is both impressive and hilarious. Techniques include humor, cracking jokes to deflect attention, bravado, pretending nothing hurts, distraction, engaging in busy work or hobbies to hide feelings, physical gestures, sighs, stretches, accidental dramatic falls, subtle but meaningful. The ironic part is, everyone knows the mask is on. Family, friends, even the mailman who saw you stub your toe. Everyone knows. But that's okay. The mask is part of the charm. So why do we pretend? Why go through all this effort? Because vulnerability is complicated. Because social norms taught us that showing hurt is weak. Because sometimes pretending we're fine is easier than explaining the hurricane inside our chest. And yet, the irony is beautiful. By pretending, we show strength, resilience, and humor, even if the humor is shaky, awkward, and occasionally tragic. Boys pretending to be fine isn't just about hiding hurt. It's about navigating the world with a mix of pride, fear, and a ridiculous sense of dramatics. And the funniest part? Everyone knows we're not fine anyway. Closing thoughts. So there you have it. 3 parts of the secret, hilarious, and slightly chaotic world of boys pretending they're not hurt. Part 1. How boys act fine in minor and major hurt situations. Part 2. The coping mechanisms. Snacks, humor, bravado, fake hobbies, and dramatic sighs. Part 3. Extreme denial, public breakdowns, epic overreactions, and the mastery of emotional masking. At the end of the day, it's all human. Boys, girls, anyone. Pretending to be fine is funny, relatable, and maybe a little heroic. And yes, even when we pretend, people see the hurt. And that's okay, because acknowledging it sometimes requires humor, snacks, sighs, and dramatic flair. So next time you see a guy laughing after tripping over nothing, sipping pizza at 2 a.m., or dramatically sighing at his phone, just know we're fine. Totally fine. Probably. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Joseph, and remember, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to cry, and it's absolutely okay to pretend. But deep down, we all know the truth. Like, share, and subscribe for more interesting topics that make you fluent in English speaking and learning confidently. Have a good day.